Okay. So it's recording. Um, so we just talk about a good man is hard to find. Okay. Um, well. Oh, and I couldn't get Sandra on, so I guess
Okay.
it's. Uh, did you notice anything about how the grandma, she always figured people would be nice, and then that is what made them a good man. But
Yeah.
she, I guess, always, it was only to her liking if they were a good man, then they were.
Yeah. And it felt like in the story, I'm trying to see if I have the actual story, but it seemed to me that the grandmother had maybe some sort of dementia,
Yeah.
kind of dealt with her view of the misfit and then just everyone in general, I feel like.
Yeah. That seems right.
Let's see what did this say.
And going off of that, it seemed that the grandma, she wasn't really steady in what she thought, but then the misfit, he was more grounded in what his views were.
Yeah.
And so his definition of a good man is probably what most people would agree with
Yeah.
rather than the grandma.
Yeah. I felt like the misfit, a deeper underlying when he was younger. And I feel like that took a huge part in how he viewed like Jesus and
Mm-hmm.
underlying that wasn't spoken about, but you could tell.
Yeah. What else was there? I also thought it was a little ironic that the grandma, she didn't want to go to Florida because she thought that they would see the misfit, and then they ended up seeing him.
Yeah. Um, why is this not working? And I also, for irony, I saw that I think June Star was her name, crashed the car. She said nobody had died.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting to me how she was so it sounded like it felt like she was disappointed that nobody had died.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That could come from the parents. They're not really putting any views with the children. They're just kind of letting them go and think that someone dying is cool rather than it's not.
It's interesting, like kind of going back with the grandmother having some sort of like dementia, that she started saying that the misfit was her own son.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe, I don't know, I felt like maybe she was trying to out to be her own son Bailey, because Bailey is so distant to her.
Yeah.
it happened in his childhood, maybe,
Mhm.
and with how the misfit her, and I felt like they had, and that's why she son.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Um, what else?
You still see me? My computer's frozen.
Okay. Do you see my picture on your screen?
Um, yeah, I can see you, and then let me see. Like everything's like frozen.
Okay.
So
Can you hear me at least? Like, well?
yeah,
Okay. Well, that should be enough. We don't need to really have the video then.
yeah.
Um, and with the grandma, she views herself more as superior to everyone else, and that
Yeah.
go with like the dementia. But the misfit, he doesn't make himself superior, even though that would really be kind of characteristic of a killer, to think that he's better than someone or to think that what he's doing is right. But he doesn't. He just thinks that
Yeah.
he's not like really important.
Something that towards the end of the or at the end of the story was interesting and almost confused me a little bit was I think it was when after he shot the grandmother, other friend, a good woman, had there been someone to shoot her every minute of her life. And I just thought that was interesting to add at the very end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Understand maybe the significance of it, I think.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Um, was there really anything else to really add to the story that you like caught on to?
Right, the whole dynamic of the family in general to me, because the kids were kind of treated each other. I mean, siblings kind of act around each other. Everyone else, it was kind of hurt, I'm thinking of. But I just think the whole family dynamic was interesting.
Okay.
Similar to how barn burning was, just a little bit was everyone was to each other. It was interesting how those two kind of connected in that way.
Yeah.
And the grandmother didn't have much of conversation with the rest of the family, especially with her son, Misfit. You know, the Misfit was somebody that she was so afraid of coming across, a deeper conversation with him than the rest of her actual family.
Yeah. I think it was because he challenged like what she had been taught or what she had really developed as her thinking. And so the family, they would always conform to the grandmother's ideas, and then the Misfit, he doesn't come out and challenge her outright, but he, like, they just have like a debate, I guess. Do you think there's anything else to add to it?
Not anything that I post that caught my eye about the story that much.
Well, then do you think this is good?
Of us, we can only talk about so much.
What was that?
I think since everyone else isn't here, I think
I didn't hear that last part.
and now I think that's good.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, all right, bye.
Bye.